Recently, Sue and I were lucky enough to be sponsored by the NHRA to attend the Nevada Nationals at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And although we couldn't show any on-screen racing, we could show the other 99% of the fun, which was walking around in the pits, interacting with the crews and drivers, and just watching the amazing hustle and bustle that happens on race day. So why don't you come along with us, and Sue and I will show you what it's like to experience all the behind-the-scenes action in the pits, whether or not you attend an NHRA event in your hometown or fly to a city, or like we did, stay in an RV lot in your home. We're looking at the back side of the NASCAR track. But if you look a little bit past this pole where it says Optima, that's the beginning of the drag strip. And the dragsters will be queuing up on one set of each of the two lanes. And in the back of the lanes is the fancier grandstands. And there's up above, there's some press boxes and things. Some of the grandstand is covered. On this side is general seating grandstands. But what I wanted to show you, because we're trying to show what the RV experience would be, is if you get this first spot here, number 1, number 2, 3, the first 33 spots apparently are the ones that are up to the timing screen or the elapsed time sign in the distance there. And that's one price point. And then from that sign to the end of the drag strip is another price point. And those are the most coveted spots. Then I believe the next couple of rows are a different price. And then on the other side of this fence where this white tent is, that's the Burnout Lot, and I believe that's where Sue and Mark will be. So we're on spot number 47 right now, and if you have a television and you're playing the race while you're here in real life, I could see an advantage possibly even being here, because you'll get to see the front and everything that's happening, and then you get to see all of the action blowing by you here. You know, each position on this track has its advantages. There might even be people that like to be on this end first. We'll see what we end up with tomorrow. We had no idea what to expect on how to get in here, but one thing we learned is that if you don't want to have a problem, usually getting there earlier rather than later is better. And you can see right here that we queued up right away. We're going to be taking a left turn. But you can see Sue, she took off to go see if somehow we could sneak in ahead of everybody, because quite honestly, we wanted to film everybody rolling in like a giant conveyor belt of RVs. Now, this guy here, he came up to tell me to just move along with all the other people and get in the line on the other side of the road. But Sue had come back and she had cleared us to get in here. So once again, one of the great things about having a YouTube channel and being a member of the media, we were able to get in early enough so we could get some shots for you.
Excitement has begun. We got to find our spot, but thank goodness it is empty, so we can easily find our number. 2095, 24, 25. All right. All right, you can see this place is empty because we have media passes. They let us in early. Everybody's starting to line up, and they'll be let in here at noon.
Once I start moving, stand right in the spot so I know which one to aim for.
Roger that. So you can see it is so, it is so empty. Mark could literally do donuts and slide right into it if he wanted to. I'm glad he doesn't want to, though. Oh, it looks like he's doing donuts. Look at him kick up that dust. Good thing we didn't bother getting it washed.
Are you standing in 2095?
Yes, I am. Oops. I'm talking to you and not the walkie. Yes, I'm in 2095. It's Wednesday and they start letting them come in at noon. So we got here probably about 10:30. And there were a number of people that actually were lined up. And it has begun.
What you're seeing here is at 12 noon on Wednesday, October 26, which is actually the day before qualifying starts on Thursday. Remember, the race is actually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But everybody's just piling in here like mad. The parking crew was amazing, and it's great to get there early and watch all the early setup. In fact, let's show that right now. Look at this, honey. Now the beauty of us getting here early, and RVers, I guess it's okay for you to walk around here in the pits, but this to me is as exciting, maybe more exciting than the racing, because the racing is wham, and plus you can watch that on whichever network is carrying it. They literally must have a technique where they can walk in between trailers, so they basically have a double wide workshop on each side, and that's why that one over to the left was like that, and that's why this one is like that. A little deviation from the regular scheduled channel here.
You're on this side, so it's not a shadow.
We're talking about how beautiful it is here, but what a blessing it is to be able to either part-time or full-time RV and be able to take little side trips like this from your home base, or if you're full-time like us, to plan this in your travels. This is so different. We can feel already, we've only been here in the pits a couple of hours, and we can see progress being made in all these different places. We've learned a bunch of things, you know, we've never went to a drag race together as a couple, and I did it so long ago. Fred Flintstone was still racing cars. So, but we look in the background and you look at the beautiful mountains, and the weather is nice here. This is what life is all about, and all you got to do is go to the website on something like this and say, I'm going, double click, buy your tickets, plan your route on RV Trip Wizard, and take off, and you're there. That's what we did.
Make it happen.
Yeah. Big giant tray of parts there. If the Chan man was putting it together, I'd be all done and there'd be one pin left. And I'd go, oh, darn it. So this is where a dragster or a funny car, or for that matter, any of the cars that are going to be racing, you can see that there's 8 lanes here. These are called the staging lanes. And it's not like these cars are running there, because they'd run out of fuel and they'd overheat and they'd be all wore out by the time they get to the front here. So I'm pretty sure that they're pushing them, usually with push cars, or they're towing them. However they're doing it, they don't fire them up until they get either at the end here or at the front of the track.
Good morning. We are, let's see, this is our second day here. Right overhead. So we are only about 3.5 miles from the Nellis Air Force Base. And their main thing there is advanced combat training. And we were told that they will be active and they like to get low and show off for everybody that's actually here. So we were told that they get started early, you don't need an alarm clock, and actually they didn't get going until about 9 o'clock today, but they are one after. That one was real close. Looks like they have transportation going around. So if you don't want to walk all the way to the track, you can pick up a ride here. So last night we were woken up about midnight, and our toppers here were billowing. It was so windy, our whole rig was shaking. So we actually did end up turning on the generator and closing this full wall. The wind was coming from this direction, so this was the side that was really being affected. And we actually did put this piping up on here too, exhaust from our from the generator. We were told that we should have that in case that we get really close to everybody. If you're going to run your generator, you want to make sure you have that safety issue. Today it'll be calm. Tonight it looks like it'll be calm, no gusting. So I think we're going to be able to just keep this open. Anyways, wide open. Wind was knocking us around last night.
So we're driving on the roadway right outside the Speedway staging area, and it allows you to see the different categories that line up. And because this day is kind of an elimination and testing day, they're kind of mixed up in order here. I think normally if you're looking at sportsmen, they would all be together, or pro stock, or top alcohol fuel, the nitro fuel, the funny cars, the jet cars, the drag motorcycles. They all kind of stay together in groupings when regular racing actually starts. One of the things that's really startling is how calm everybody is and how ready they all seem to be at this point before they get on the track. This was a real treat for Sue and I when we were able to go into the broadcast tower that's at the end of the drag strip and watch the announcer literally in real time while he was announcing. Now I can tell you that I'm recording this right now, and I probably had 4 or 5 takes before I actually accepted what I'm talking to you about. And this guy has got one shot at it to do it right. Let's take a listen and see how he does.
Chuck Rapella from West Springfield, Massachusetts. Yeah, it's in the western part of the state, but that is still a long way from Ferrari 250 GTO replica. We have to state it's a replica because otherwise that is about a $34 million car. Those cars, these Ferrari GTOs at auction, sell for tens of millions of dollars.
When we popped into this studio, that's when you start to get the sense of the unbelievable complexity it takes to pull off an event like this. And you see that somebody is feeding this broadcaster certain set data that he typically wants to talk about, and racing results and little tidbits of information about each of the drivers. Something as simple as tires. You start to notice there's tires everywhere. They're going left and right. They're going up and down. And when I checked on them, the Dragster and funny car tires that I'm talking about here are about $1,000 or $1,100 a pop. I'll put on the screen here a link for a video that will tell you all about these tires, how important they are, and how specialized the engineering is in each and every one of them. It's fascinating. Take a look. So you look at this valve cover, and it's really giant, and you're going, well, how come it's so big? And you look at all of the specialty machining that's got to be done to be able to make something like this stay all in one piece on a race car like this. can see they have a tool tray in the front when they work on this thing, that they grab these handles, they put this tool tray on the front, they do the work that they have to do, and then they button her all back up. So this car is going to be racing, but yet they have the pistons out and they're fooling around with them, getting them just right for what they need, and making them clean and inspecting them, and checking to make sure they're right size. And then they go right inside all of the cylinders, and they got to lay on the ground there, hook everything back up.
So because we can't show what's going on the track, we're not. But for the last maybe half hour to 45 minutes, I was sitting up there and actually having an experience for the first time watching, not sure what they call them, those long, thin ones. Mark will put it in there. But holy smokes. They are loud. And not only are they loud, that was the first time I got to experience my, as they were saying, you're going to feel your liver quiver. My liver was quivering. They are loud. They are fast. So I think this wraps it up for today. And we'll get back tomorrow, and it's going to be really crazy. A lot more going on. And here comes Mark. Wrapping it up, baby.
Yeah. That would have been quicker, but I had to wash my hands.
Oh my God.
And then I figured, what the heck, so I'll save some water and wash my face, because we are, dry camping, and no one was in there, so I took a quick sponge bath.
Oh my God. On that note, the day is done.
Today's Friday, October 28th, and this is actually the first day of the NHRA Motor Speedway Championships for the Dragsters. We're at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and Sue and I have been walking around here Wednesday, Thursday, probably, 3 miles or maybe even more per day. And so today's the first day we're really going to see the fruit of all of the labors of all the time trials and everything. But we're going to show you a little pro tip here. Just like the OGM channel is always famous for. So let me flip the camera around. So the Chan Man figured out a long time ago, when we were on a trip to France, we were doing an inordinate amount of walking.
Yeah, actually we did a bike and barge in Amsterdam. We went to France, ended up in Amsterdam, bike and barge. We were not in the greatest condition for riding every day for so long, and we were afraid because we had our recumbents.
Yeah.
We're used to those. So we were on regular seats. We thought we better get some butt butter.
Right, and the butt butter is you apply it to the...
we don't need to go through that.
You apply it in and around where your legs could possibly chafe from all the riding. And, many bicyclists swore by this. But lo and behold, flip it around so I can see it, this stuff saved the day on my feet, because as I was getting blisters, I would literally fill my shoes with that stuff. Well, I'm getting kind of a blister on here, and so Sue's just going to butt butter up the end of my toes. So once and again, this is a useful OGM tip when you're a full-timer and you're really putting your body to the max.
You're right. Yeah. What, you're not used to walking? Look at Mark's t-shirt. Turn around.
Nice,
Turn around. Ha. Oh, nice. He's ready for the day.
Plus, newly installed butt butter on the foot, so I don't get a more of a blister.
We're going down in the tunnel.
Yeah, and there's no racing right now, so we can quick show the stands. It's really early in the day. It's only 10:20, and the main event is going to be starting a little bit before noon, and then throughout the rest of the day with the funny cars and the jet cars. Wow, this is cool.
So this is what it sounds like under the racetrack.
Yeah. So let's stay in here long enough, because actually the race, they're using this side of the track. You know, we're abiding by the rules of not having any on-screen, on-track racing. They didn't say anything about under-track racing.
Got some action here. Oh, that's because it's Leah Pruitt. And they're recording her. So you actually get to meet some of the drivers while you're here too, if you're lucky.
It's the Tony Stewart racing team, and she's one of the top champions. We don't claim to really know or follow necessarily all of the drivers, but we are super impressed and super interested in this as an event that people should visit at least once in their life, because it's really exciting. I mean, if you're a car and a gear and an engineer guy, this is like a bucket list type of an event to come to. We weren't sure if our media clearance would allow us to go and at least peek inside to see what one of the suites looks like, but we thought, what the heck?
Good.
So we took the elevator up to the top, and we actually got to that level, and this is what you're looking at right now. You're looking down into the pits area, but we weren't able to get into a suite. So you can see that the suites go all the way down that way and all the way down this way, and you can imagine the fantastic view that you have when you go through one of these doors. This level here, directly underneath the suites, is where we spent most of our time watching racing, and in a moment you'll see I'll shoot across here and show the RV lots as best as we can, trying to avoid showing any on-screen racing. Let's take a look.
Monday, another week, I can't believe I'm counting down the minutes till it's Tuesday. Another day back on my feet. I'm fighting every minute till the weekend, so I can live it up and do it all again and again. Friday we go dive, Saturday we ride, Sunday party, and let's call it a perfect weekend. Friday we go dive, Saturday we ride, Sunday party, and let's call it a perfect weekend.
They're working on their Dragster, and it's got an engine in it right now, but oh yeah, here's a blower and the whole top bringing in and processing the fuel, and here's a spare engine that we're kind of working on. It's not ready yet. We'll put it in later. I mean, this is unbelievable, the work that they do inside of a couple of hours to get ready for a race. This is a scene that was very hard to capture, because it would usually last less than a minute, where they would put an engine together and then they would fire it up to make sure everything will work, but then they'd shut it down right away because of all of the really powerful exhaust and everything heating up. But this is the way they would test an engine to get it ready to go after it had been torn down.
That's what 306 miles per hour sounds like. Wow.
I love how I was able to catch Sue getting addicted to the sound of the dragsters, and you see her, she's checking her headphones, and he goes, "Yeah, okay, I'm ready. You know, I'm a professional here. You know, I've done this before. Let's check it out." Let's see how they do.
So it's about 2:30 and I am ready for lunch. I'm walking back to the car. I'll go through the tunnel. Mark can't get enough, so I left him behind. And I'll just drive the car over to the media. Wow. I'll drive the car to the media section and pick him up when he's done. He's having a good time.
Oh, look at it. Going off into the sunset, honey. The jet dragsters.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
What a way to end the day.
What a way to go, man. So it is Saturday, and we're walking kind of late to catch the Pro Stock and the Nitro eliminations on Saturday. The finals actually are going to be on Sunday, tomorrow. But we thought we'd get a little spectator excitement in here. We can't film any on-race shenanigans.
Yeah, nothing on the track.
So this is going to be just a fun date day for me and Sue.
So this is definitely a get-together with your buddies and friends and party area. Hopefully we'll walk past some of the area. There's a lot of families out here, and they actually have their places all decorated for Halloween. I think they actually have a Halloween kind of a trick-or-treat thing going on here at the track somewhere, I read. So it's pretty much a family thing too.
I tell you, that left lane from up here.
We're on the Platinum. We're gonna find some seats and just chill out today.